Understanding the complexities of relationships is essential for every man who wants to build a deep connection with the woman in his life. Dr. Laura Berman, a renowned relationship expert, emphasizes that knowing common emotional vulnerabilities or weaknesses can foster empathy and improve communication, not to manipulate or judge. Today, we're diving into the top 20 emotional and psychological sensitivities that women often experience. Number 1. Emotional connection is everything. Women often place a high value on feeling emotionally connected with their partner. It's not just about spending time together physically, it's about truly feeling heard, understood, and emotionally safe. When that connection feels threatened or ignored, it can leave them feeling vulnerable and distant. So, investing time in meaningful conversations and really listening goes a long way. Number 2. Feeling appreciated matters more than you might think. Everyone wants to feel valued, but for many women, feeling unappreciated or taken for granted can create real emotional distance. Small gestures of gratitude, like saying thank you, noticing the little things, or acknowledging efforts, can make a big difference. It shows that you see and respect their contributions, which strengthens the relationship. Number 3. Reassurance and validation help build security. It's natural to want to feel secure in a relationship. Many women seek reassurance not because they doubt their partner, but because it helps them feel safe and loved. Simple affirmations like, "I'm here for you," or "I love you," especially during tough times, can provide that emotional stability. Validation of feelings, even if you don't always agree, shows empathy and respect for their emotional experience. To wrap up, relationships thrive when both partners feel emotionally supported and valued. Taking the time to understand these needs and communicate openly can create a foundation of trust and love that lasts. Number 4. Sensitivity to criticism, why it matters, and how to communicate with care. Criticism is tricky. No one enjoys being criticized, but for many women, criticism can feel especially personal or dismissive. It's not that women can't handle feedback, it's about how that feedback is delivered. When criticism is harsh, blunt, or seems to dismiss their feelings or efforts, it can hurt deeply and create emotional distance. Imagine you've been working hard on something, and instead of encouragement, you receive a comment that feels more like blame. That sting can make anyone shut down or feel less confident. So the key is to communicate with kindness and empathy. Instead of saying something like, "You always do this wrong," try framing it like, "I noticed this part didn't go as planned. Can we figure out how to improve it together?" This shows that you're on the same team and value their feelings. Also, remember to focus on the behavior or situation, not the person. Gentle communication isn't about walking on eggshells. It's about respecting your partner's emotions and creating a safe space where honest conversations can happen without fear of judgment or hurt. Number 5. The stress of balancing multiple roles and why empathy is essential. Many women juggle an incredible amount every day, whether it's work, managing a household, caring for children, maintaining friendships, or pursuing personal goals. This can be exhausting and stressful, even if it looks seamless from the outside. Empathy means really seeing and acknowledging this load. It's about saying, "I see how hard you're working, and I appreciate everything you do," instead of assuming everything is easy or taken care of. Sometimes it's less about fixing the problem and more about listening and validating their experience. For example, if your partner talks about feeling overwhelmed with work and family commitments, instead of offering quick solutions right away, try saying, "That sounds really tough. I'm here for you." Showing that you understand their feelings can be incredibly comforting. Offering practical support is also powerful. Maybe that means helping out more with chores, giving them time to relax, or just checking in regularly to see how they're doing. These acts show that you're invested not only in the relationship, but in their overall well-being. Number 6. Feeling unheard or misunderstood can deeply affect emotional well-being. Have you ever shared something important and felt like the other person just didn't really listen or get it? For many women, feeling unheard or misunderstood can be incredibly painful. It can make them feel isolated, frustrated, or even invisible. When someone you care about doesn't truly listen, it can chip away at your sense of emotional safety. That's why active listening is so important. This means really paying attention, not just waiting for your turn to speak. It's about showing empathy through your words and body language, like nodding, maintaining eye contact, or repeating back what you heard to confirm understanding. 4. Example, if she's sharing about a stressful day, instead of jumping straight to solutions, try saying something like, "That sounds really tough. I'm here to listen." Sometimes just being heard can make all the difference. Number 7, trust is paramount, and breaches can cause lasting pain. Trust is the foundation of any strong relationship. When trust is broken, whether through dishonesty, broken promises, or secrecy, it can cause deep, lasting hurt. Repairing trust takes time, patience, and consistent effort from both partners. Many women highly value trust because it provides a sense of safety and emotional security. Knowing that your partner is reliable, honest, and loyal creates a space where vulnerability can thrive. Without trust, emotional walls go up and connection weakens. If trust has been damaged, open communication and transparency are key. Apologizing sincerely, being accountable, and showing through actions that you're committed to rebuilding trust can help heal those wounds over time. Number 8, heightened sensitivity to body language and tone of voice. Women are often very tuned into nonverbal signals, things like facial expressions, gestures, posture, and especially tone of voice. Sometimes these nonverbal cues say more than the actual words spoken. For example, imagine someone says, "I'm fine," but their tone is flat or even a little cold and their arms are crossed. The words say one thing, but the body language and tone suggests something very different, maybe frustration, sadness, or withdrawal. Because of this heightened sensitivity, women can pick up on even subtle changes in how something is said, which shapes how they interpret the conversation. This means that even if your words are kind or neutral, a harsh tone or closed-off body language can make the message feel hurtful or dismissive. To communicate well, it's important to be aware of your own body language and tone. Maintaining eye contact, keeping an open posture, and speaking calmly and warmly can create a feeling of safety and trust. If you notice your partner seems upset or distant, a gentle question like, "You seem a bit off, do you want to talk about it?" can show you're attentive and care about their feelings beyond just the words. They say, "It's also helpful to remember that sometimes your partner might not say exactly what they feel with words, but their body language and tone can give clues." Paying attention to these signals allows you to respond with empathy and understanding, which strengthens your bond. Number 9, sensitivity to emotional inconsistency and mixed messages. Emotional consistency means that what you say, how you act, and how you make your partner feel are all in harmony. For many women, emotional consistency is a huge factor in feeling safe and secure in a relationship. When there are mixed messages where words and actions don't align, it can cause confusion, anxiety, and emotional discomfort. For instance, if someone says, "I love you," but often seems distracted, avoids deep conversations, or cancels plans, that creates a mismatch. The words say one thing, but the actions send a different message. Over time, these mixed signals can erode trust and emotional safety, making it harder to feel close and connected. To avoid this, the best approach is clear and honest communication. If you're feeling stressed, distracted, or unsure, sharing those feelings openly helps your partner understand what's going on. It's better to say, "I'm having a tough day, so I might be a little quiet," than to say nothing and unintentionally create confusion. Consistency is also about follow-through. If you say you'll do something or be somewhere, doing it shows reliability and builds emotional security. When your actions and words match, your partner feels respected and valued, and that strengthens the relationship. Number 10, the need for emotional intimacy. Going beyond surface-level connection. Emotional intimacy is about much more than just small talk or routine check-ins. It's about creating a space where you and your partner can truly share your inner world, the real feelings, dreams, fears, and hopes that often stay hidden beneath the surface. Many women feel a deep need for this kind of connection because superficial interactions, no matter how frequent, often leave them feeling isolated or emotionally distant. It's like being in the same room but still feeling worlds apart. To nurture emotional intimacy, it helps to be fully present when you're together. That means putting away distractions like phones or TV and really tuning into what your partner is saying, not just with your ears, but with your heart. Ask open-ended questions that invite sharing, such as, "What's been on your mind lately?" or "How did that make you feel?" Also, vulnerability goes both ways. Sharing your own feelings and experiences encourages your partner to open up too. When you create this kind of safe, non-judgmental space, it builds trust and makes your relationship feel deeper and more fulfilling. For example, if your partner has had a tough day, instead of just saying that sucks, try saying something like, I'm sorry you had such a hard day. Do you want to talk about it? I'm here for you. This shows you care on a deeper emotional level and that you're willing to support them. Remember, emotional intimacy is what transforms a relationship from being just a partnership into a true emotional refuge. Number 11. Sensitivity to comparisons and the impact on self-esteem. Another emotional need that often gets overlooked is how sensitive many women can be to comparisons or feeling judged, whether it's about looks, achievements, personality, or other areas. Hearing or sensing comparisons like, why can't you be more like so-and-so? Or other people don't do that can be deeply hurtful. It can make someone feel less valued, insecure, and sometimes even resentful. In healthy relationships, it's crucial to celebrate your partner for who they are without constantly measuring them against others. Everyone has their own unique strengths, struggles, and path in life. Instead of comparisons, focus on expressing appreciation for the qualities that make your partner special. For example, rather than saying, why don't you handle stress like she does? You might say, I really admire how thoughtful you are, especially when things get tough. These positive affirmations help build confidence and create a stronger emotional bond. If you ever notice yourself slipping into comparisons, pause and reflect on how it might affect your partner's feelings. Choose kindness and encouragement instead. Remember, a relationship thrives when both people feel accepted and loved for exactly who they are, not how they stack up against someone else. Number 12. Vulnerability, both a strength and a source of anxiety. Vulnerability is often seen as a sign of courage and openness. Many women recognize that being vulnerable, sharing fears, hopes, and true feelings is a powerful way to build closeness and trust. It's a strength that invites deeper emotional connection. However, vulnerability can also bring anxiety. The fear of rejection or being judged can make opening up feel risky or scary. This tension between wanting to be authentic and fearing the possible consequences creates an emotional push and pull. Imagine wanting to share something personal but hesitating because you're worried about how your partner might react. That hesitation can create distance, even if the desire for closeness is strong. So it's important for partners to respond with empathy, patience, and reassurance. When vulnerability is met with kindness and acceptance, it encourages more openness and builds a safer emotional space. For example, if your partner shares something difficult, rather than reacting with judgment or defensiveness, try saying, "Thank you for trusting me with that. I'm here for you." That response helps ease anxiety and reinforces the bond. Number 13, the strength in nurturing and the risk of feeling overwhelmed. Women naturally find strength and joy in nurturing others, whether it's caring for family, friends, or their partner. This nurturing spirit often brings warmth, support, and stability to relationships. But when nurturing efforts aren't reciprocated or appreciated, it can lead to feelings of exhaustion, frustration, or even resentment. It's like giving from an empty cup. Eventually, the emotional energy runs low. That's why it's so important for nurturing to be balanced with mutual care. Both partners should feel supported and valued, and efforts to nurture each other should be recognized and returned in their own ways. For example, if your partner frequently goes out of their way to do thoughtful things for you, acknowledging that and showing appreciation encourages a positive cycle of care. If you notice your partner feeling overwhelmed, offering to share responsibilities or just checking in with a simple, "How can I support you right now?" can make a big difference. Number 14. Communication styles differ and many women prefer open, expressive dialogue. One of the most common sources of misunderstanding in relationships is communication style. Women often gravitate toward open, expressive dialogue because it helps them feel connected and understood. When feelings, thoughts, and concerns are shared freely, it fosters emotional intimacy and trust. But here's the tricky part. Silence, avoidance, or shutting down can feel like emotional withdrawal or rejection. Imagine this: your partner wants to talk about something important, but you respond with silence or change the subject. To her, that can feel like you're shutting the door on connection, which can lead to frustration, hurt, or even anxiety. It's not always easy to keep communication open, especially if someone's processing emotions internally or feels overwhelmed. But even small efforts go a long way. For instance, if you need time to think before responding, saying something like, "I'm still processing what you said," but I want to come back and talk about it," can reassure your partner that you're engaged and care about the conversation. On the flip side, if your partner prefers more expressive communication, it's helpful to create space for that without judgment. Active listening means really hearing what's being said, asking gentle questions to clarify, and validating their feelings with responses like, "I can see why that upset you," or "Thank you for sharing that with me." This kind of response helps the other person feel safe and valued. Over time, recognizing and respecting these differences in communication style helps prevent misunderstandings and deepens your emotional connection. Number 15. Past emotional wounds or trauma often shape responses and triggers. The way someone reacts in a relationship can sometimes be influenced by emotional wounds or trauma from their past. These experiences might be from childhood, previous relationships, or other significant life events. They can leave deep impressions that shape how a woman feels and responds to certain situations. For example, if a woman has experienced rejection, abandonment, or betrayal before, she might be more sensitive to signs of distance or silence in her current relationship. Even a small disagreement or quiet moment might trigger feelings of fear, sadness, or mistrust because it unconsciously reminds her of past pain. Understanding this context is key to responding with compassion rather than frustration. When you recognize that a reaction isn't just about the present moment but tied to deeper, older wounds, it can shift your perspective from irritation to empathy. It's also important to encourage open conversations about these feelings, but only when she's ready. Pressuring someone to share before they're comfortable can backfire. Instead, gently letting her know you're there to listen whenever she wants to talk can create a safe environment for healing and connection. Sometimes, professional support, like counseling or therapy, can be an important resource for working through these wounds. It's a courageous step toward growth and greater emotional resilience. Number 16. The importance of consistency and reliability. Consistency and reliability are often overlooked but are absolutely vital for creating a sense of safety and trust in a relationship. When a partner's words, actions, and behavior are steady and dependable over time, it sends a powerful message: "You can count on me." That message creates a deep sense of security that many women crave. Think about it: when you say you'll do something and you follow through, it shows respect for your partner's feelings and time. It's the small everyday actions, calling when you say you will, arriving on time, keeping promises that quietly build a foundation of trust that can weather life's ups and downs. On the other hand, unpredictability can be very unsettling. If plans change often without explanation, moods swing wildly, or your words don't match your actions, it creates uncertainty. Not knowing what to expect day to day can be emotionally draining and even anxiety-provoking. This inconsistency might lead a woman to feel insecure or unsure where she stands in the relationship, causing her to pull back emotionally as a protective measure. For example, imagine you promise to call your partner after work, but then frequently forget, get distracted, or cancel last minute without a heads up. This pattern can unintentionally communicate that your partner's feelings and time aren't a priority. Over time, even seemingly small actions like these add up and can chip away at trust. That's why consistency isn't about being perfect. It's about showing up reliably and communicating openly when circumstances change. If something comes up and you can't follow through, a quick, honest message explaining the situation goes a long way. It shows that you respect your partner enough to keep them in the loop rather than leaving them guessing. Consistency also means being emotionally available, not just physically present but truly engaged. It means listening attentively, responding thoughtfully, and being someone your partner can depend on emotionally as well as practically. When these things happen regularly, it creates a warm, stable environment where love and trust can flourish. Your partner feels valued, cared for, and secure enough to be their authentic self without fear of sudden disappointment or rejection. Number 17. The intuitive sense about honesty and detecting when something's off. Moving on to honesty, many women have a remarkable intuitive sense about when something isn't quite right. This intuition goes beyond words and facts. It picks up on subtle signals like body language, tone of voice, eye contact, and even inconsistencies in stories. Because of this sensitivity, dishonesty or withholding the truth can be particularly damaging. Even small lies, evasions, or half-truths can create cracks in the foundation of trust and cause emotional distance. Once trust is broken, it's hard to rebuild, so it's always best to strive for transparency. Being truthful doesn't mean you have to share everything all at once or in a blunt way. Sometimes the truth can be difficult or uncomfortable to express, but gentle honesty fosters respect and deepens connection. It shows your partner that you value the relationship enough to be vulnerable and real even when it's challenging. For instance, say you're feeling upset but don't want to start a conflict. Instead of shutting down or pretending everything is fine, you might say, "I'm feeling a bit off right now and need some time to gather my thoughts. I promise we'll talk about it soon." This kind of openness helps avoid misunderstandings and reassures your partner that you care and intend to communicate. On the flip side, when you try to hide things or avoid difficult conversations, your partner's intuition might sense that something is wrong even if you're not saying it directly. This can create suspicion, anxiety, or feelings of being shut out, which ultimately undermines trust. The key takeaway here is that honesty paired with openness to communication is essential. When your partner senses you are truthful and transparent, it creates a safe emotional space where both of you can be vulnerable and grow closer. Number 8. Appreciation of individuality and respect for opinions. One of the most beautiful things about relationships is that two people come together, bringing their own unique selves, values, interests, ideas, and experiences. For many women, feeling truly appreciated for their individuality is essential. This means more than just being loved as a partner. It means being seen and valued for the person they uniquely are. Why is this so important? Because everyone wants to feel that their thoughts and feelings matter, that they have a voice that is heard and respected. When a woman shares her opinions, beliefs, or passions, she's opening a window into her inner world. To feel dismissed or ignored can be painful and create distance. Respecting opinions doesn't mean always agreeing, it means listening without judgment, trying to understand her perspective and engaging in respectful dialogue. For example, if she expresses an opinion you don't share, instead of reacting defensively or shutting down the conversation, try saying something like, "I hadn't thought about it that way before, can you tell me more?" Or, "I see where you're coming from, even if I see it differently." This approach not only validates her, but also opens the door for deeper connection through honest exchange. By valuing her individuality, you're creating a safe space where she can be authentic. This encourages vulnerability and trust because she knows she won't be criticized or pressured to change who she is. It sends a powerful message: I love and respect you for exactly who you are. Number 19, the need for balance between independence and connection. Another key aspect of healthy relationships is finding the right balance between togetherness and personal freedom. Many women deeply value both emotional connection and independence. They want to feel close and bonded with their partner, but also free to be themselves, pursue their own interests, and maintain their individuality. When this balance is off, it can cause stress and tension. Too much closeness without enough personal space can feel overwhelming or controlling. On the other hand, too much independence can feel like emotional distance or detachment. For example, if one partner expects to spend every moment together and resists time apart, the other might feel smothered or lose a sense of self. Conversely, if a partner is frequently unavailable or emotionally withdrawn, it can lead to feelings of loneliness or insecurity. The key to navigating this balance is open, ongoing communication. It's important to talk about your needs for connection and alone time without judgment or blame. This might look like setting boundaries around time spent together and apart, scheduling regular date nights, and encouraging each other's personal growth in friendships. Finding this rhythm takes effort and flexibility. It requires both partners to listen carefully, respect each other's boundaries, and be willing to adjust as life changes. When done well, it creates a relationship where both people feel loved, supported, and free to be their true selves. Number 20. Patience and understanding nurture emotional growth. Relationships aren't static, they're living, evolving journeys. Emotional growth, healing, and deepening connection take time. Many women carry emotional sensitivities shaped by life experiences, and it's important to approach these with kindness, patience, and a genuine desire to understand. When challenges or misunderstandings arise, rushing to judgment or expecting immediate change can actually create more distance. Instead, practicing patience allows space for both partners to feel safe, supported, and heard. Understanding that everyone processes feelings differently and at their own pace builds Empathy. By meeting your partner where she's emotionally, you send a powerful message. I'm here for you, no matter what. This steady presence builds stronger bonds grounded in trust and respect. It encourages vulnerability because it shows that emotional growth is welcomed, not pressured. Remember, while these insights highlight general tendencies many women share, every individual is unique. There's no one-size-fits-all approach. The real key to thriving relationships is open, honest communication and a foundation of genuine empathy. When men embrace these qualities, patience, understanding, kindness, they create space for love to flourish in its fullest, most authentic form. Patience and understanding aren't just virtues. They're essential ingredients for nurturing healthy, lasting relationships. By embracing emotional sensitivities with kindness and awareness, men can deepen connection and build partnerships rooted in trust and respect. Thank you so much for watching this series. If these insights resonated with you, please like, subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comments below. I'd love to hear about your experiences and how you're growing in your relationships. Until next time, take care, be patient, stay understanding, and keep cultivating love with empathy and respect.